Men 60 plus. 7-day water protocol for stronger erections. Gentlemen, if you've clicked on this video, you're about to discover something that could completely transform your intimate life after 60. What I'm going to share with you today isn't just another temporary fix or expensive supplement that promises the world but delivers nothing. This is a scientifically backed, natural protocol that costs virtually nothing and can be implemented starting today. By the time you reach the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how a simple 7-day water protocol can potentially restore the firmness and reliability you thought was gone forever. But here's the catch. This only works if you follow it precisely, as I'm going to explain. And most importantly, if you stick around until the very end, where I reveal the crucial timing element that makes all the difference. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming. Now, let me ask you something that I bet has been on your mind lately. Have you noticed that things just aren't working the way they used to down there? Maybe it takes longer to get ready for action, or perhaps what used to be rock solid now feels more like a deflated balloon. And here's what really gets to most men. You've probably wondered if this is just your new reality. If this is simply what happens when you hit your 60s and beyond. But what if I told you that's not necessarily true? You see, there's something happening in your body right now that most doctors won't tell you about. Something so fundamental that it affects everything from your morning energy levels to your performance in the bedroom. And the fascinating thing is, it's connected to something as simple as water, but not in the way you might think. Are you drinking enough water? More importantly, are you drinking it at the right times? And here's the million-dollar question. Do you know what happens to your blood circulation when you're chronically dehydrated? Let me paint a picture for you. Your cardiovascular system is like a complex highway network, and proper blood flow is the traffic that needs to move smoothly through every intersection and bridge. Now, when we're talking about erectile function, we're really talking about hydraulics. Blood needs to flow into specific tissues and stay there long enough to create and maintain firmness. But here's what happens as we age. Especially after 60, our blood vessels naturally become less flexible. Our circulation can slow down, and our body's hydration efficiency starts to decline. But wait, there's more to this story. Have you ever noticed how your bathroom habits have changed over the years? Maybe you're waking up more frequently during the night, or perhaps you feel like you never completely empty your bladder. These aren't just random inconveniences. They're actually connected to your overall circulation and, believe it or not, your intimate performance, your prostate health, and your erectile function are more intertwined than most men realize. Now, I want you to think about this. When was the last time you had a really firm, reliable erection that lasted as long as you wanted? Was it weeks ago, months, and more importantly, how did that make you feel? Did it affect your confidence? Did it create tension in your relationship? These are the questions that keep many men awake at night, wondering if their best days are behind them. Here's something interesting that might surprise you. Your body is incredibly resilient and has an amazing capacity to heal and restore itself, even at 60, 70, or beyond. The key is giving it the right conditions and the right tools. And sometimes, those tools are simpler than we think. Sometimes, the solution isn't found in a pharmacy or a doctor's office, but in understanding how to optimize what we already have. But let me ask you this. How many glasses of water did you drink yesterday? And I'm talking about pure, clean water, not coffee, not soda, not even tea, just water. Can you count them on one hand? If so, you're not alone. Most men over 60 are walking around in a state of chronic mild dehydration without even realizing it. And this isn't just about feeling thirsty. This is about cellular function, blood volume, circulation efficiency, and yes, sexual performance. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. There's a specific protocol, a precise way of timing your water intake over 7 days that can potentially jumpstart your circulation, improve your prostate function, and restore some of that youthful vigor you thought was gone forever. But it's not just about drinking more water, it's about drinking the right amount, at the right times, in the right way. Are you starting to see the connection? Your circulation, your prostate health, your erectile function, they're all part of the same system. And when you optimize one, you can positively impact the others. But here's the thing that most men don't realize. Timing is everything. The when is just as important as the how much. Let me share something with you that might hit close to home. I've spoken with thousands of men over the years, and there's a pattern I see repeatedly. Men who start experiencing erectile difficulties often begin to avoid intimacy altogether. They make excuses. They pull away from their partners, and slowly, but surely, They start to see themselves as less capable, less masculine. Sound familiar? But what if I told you that this decline isn't inevitable? What if the solution isn't complicated, expensive, or embarrassing? What if it's something you can start implementing today, in the privacy of your own home, with nothing more than a glass and some clean water? Now, you might be wondering, how can something as simple as water make such a difference? Here's the science behind it. Your blood is roughly 90% water. When you're dehydrated, even mildly, your blood becomes thicker, more viscous. This means your heart has to work harder to pump it, and it doesn't flow as easily through smaller blood vessels, like the ones responsible for erectile function. But there's another piece to this puzzle that most men don't consider. Your prostate gland, which surrounds your urethra like a donut, can become inflamed or enlarged when it's not properly hydrated. This can affect not just your urination, but also your sexual function. The tissues need adequate hydration to function optimally, and when they don't get it, everything starts to slow down. Are you beginning to see how this all connects? Poor hydration leads to reduced circulation, which affects both prostate health and erectile function. But here's the beautiful thing. It works in reverse too. Proper hydration can improve circulation, which can benefit both your prostate and your performance. Now, let me ask you something personal. When you do experience an erection, how long does it last? Does it feel as firm as it used to? Do you find yourself having to work harder to maintain it? These aren't just random changes. They're often signs that your circulation needs some attention. The 7-day water protocol I'm about to share with you is designed to reset your hydration levels, optimize your circulation, and give your body the foundation it needs to function at its best. But it's not just about drinking water randomly throughout the day. There's a specific pattern, a rhythm that works with your body's natural cycles. Here's something fascinating. Your body's hydration needs change throughout the day. In the morning, after hours without fluid intake, your blood volume is naturally lower. Your circulation is sluggish, and your tissues are in need of replenishment. This is why morning erections, if they happen at all, might not be as strong as they once were. But here's where it gets interesting. By strategically timing your water intake, you can work with your body's natural rhythms instead of against them. You can help restore that morning vitality, improve your daytime energy, and yes, potentially enhance your evening performance. Now, I want to address something that might be on your mind. You might be thinking, I already have to get up too much at night to urinate. Won't drinking more water make this worse? This is a common concern, and it's a valid one. But here's what most men don't understand. The timing of when you drink water is crucial. Drink it wrong, and yes, you'll be up all night. But drink it according to this protocol, and you might actually sleep better. Let me ask you this. Do you miss feeling confident about your body? Do you remember what it was like to feel ready for intimacy at a moment's notice? That confidence, that readiness, it's not just about physical function. It's about feeling like yourself again, feeling capable and masculine. The truth is, many men accept decline as inevitable when it doesn't have to be. They resign themselves to a lesser version of their former selves when there are still options, still possibilities for improvement. But it requires action. It requires commitment to trying something different. So here's what we're going to do over the next several minutes. I'm going to walk you through this 7-day protocol step by step. I'm going to explain not just what to do, but why it works. I'm going to give you the timing, the amounts, and the specific techniques that can make all the difference. But first, let me ask you to do something. I want you to think about how you'll feel 7 days from now if you follow this protocol exactly as I describe it. Imagine waking up with more energy, feeling more confident, noticing improvements in your circulation and your function. How would that change your day? How would that affect your relationship? How would that impact your overall sense of well-being? The protocol starts with understanding your baseline. How much water are you currently drinking? Most men over 60 drink far less than their bodies need, especially considering that our thirst sensation diminishes with age. You might not feel thirsty even when your body desperately needs hydration. Day 1 begins with what I call the morning surge. Within 30 minutes of waking up, you're going to drink 16 ounces of room temperature water. Not cold, not warm, but room temperature. This helps kickstart your circulation without shocking your system. But here's the key. You're going to drink it slowly, over about 10 minutes. Not all at once. Why does this work? After 6 to 8 hours, without fluid intake, your blood volume is naturally lower. By providing your body with immediate hydration, you're helping to restore optimal blood volume and circulation. This can lead to improved morning function and better overall energy throughout the day. But we're not stopping there. 30 minutes after that first glass, you're going to have another 8 ounces. This maintains the momentum you've created and ensures your body has adequate fluid for optimal function throughout the morning hours. Now, here's where most people make a mistake. They think more is always better, so they drink large amounts of water all at once. But your body can only absorb so much at a time. The excess just gets filtered out by your kidneys, which means you're running to the bathroom without getting the circulation benefits you're after. The key is consistent, measured intake throughout the day. Every 2 hours, you're going to have 8 ounces of water. This keeps your hydration levels stable and your circulation optimized without overwhelming your system. But timing matters. You want to stop your water intake about 3 hours before bedtime. This allows your body to process the fluid without disrupting your sleep. Remember, we're not just trying to improve your circulation, we're trying to improve your overall quality of life. And that includes getting good sleep. Now, let me address something important. Some of you might be thinking, this sounds too simple to work. But here's the thing, sometimes the most powerful solutions are the simplest ones. Your body is designed to function optimally when it has what it needs. Often we're not giving it those basics. By day 3 of this protocol, many men start noticing subtle changes. Maybe it's easier to get going in the morning. Maybe there's more energy throughout the day. Perhaps there's a slight improvement in nighttime function. These aren't dramatic overnight transformations, but they're signs that your circulation is responding. The middle days of the protocol, days 4 and 5, are when the cumulative effects really start to show. Your blood volume is more consistently optimal. Your circulation has had time to improve, and your tissues are getting better hydration and nutrient delivery. This is often when men report the most noticeable improvements in both energy and function. But here's something. Critical consistency is everything. Missing a day or not following the timing precisely can set you back. Your body needs this regular rhythmic intake to optimize its function. Think of it like training. You can't go to the gym once and expect to be fit. Hydration optimization requires the same kind of consistency. Days 6 and 7 are about cementing the improvements you've made and preparing for long-term success. By this point, your body has adapted to the new hydration rhythm. Your circulation has improved, and you should be noticing real differences in how you feel and function. Now, let me be clear about something. This protocol isn't magic. It won't turn back the clock completely or solve every issue related to aging. But what it can do is optimize your body's natural capacity for function and healing. It can help you perform at your best within your current circumstances. Are you ready to commit to 7 days of this protocol? Are you willing to try something that costs virtually nothing but could potentially change how you feel about yourself and your capabilities? Remember, the only way to know if this works for you is to try it consistently and completely. Here's what I want you to do right now. Get yourself a glass of water and drink 8 ounces while you're watching this video. Consider it your first step toward the next 7 days. Feel the water going down and think about it as fuel for your circulation, nourishment for your tissues, and support for your overall function. But remember, this is just the beginning. The real transformation happens when you combine this hydration protocol with other healthy habits. Getting adequate sleep, maintaining a healthy weight, staying physically active, all of these work together to support your circulation and your function. Understanding your body and taking proactive steps to support it is one of the most powerful things you can do for your overall quality of life. Don't let anyone tell you that decline is inevitable or that you should just accept less than optimal function. Your body wants to perform well. Sometimes it just needs the right support. If you've made it this far in the video, you're clearly serious about making improvements in your life. That commitment is half the battle. The other half is taking action, following through, and giving your body the consistent support it needs to function at its best. So, here's my challenge to you. Commit to these 7 days. Follow the protocol exactly as I've described, and see what happens. Your future self will thank you for taking this step today. And if this video has provided value and hope for your health journey, I'd be grateful if you'd hit that like button to help other men discover this information. Make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our upcoming content about men's health after 6. And if you've watched until the very end, drop a comment below telling me what day of the protocol you're most excited to reach. For those who've stayed until the finish line, that next video appearing on your screen will show you the 3 foods that can either boost or destroy everything we've discussed today about circulation and performance. So click on it now to complete your health transformation toolkit.